Okay, guys, I'm going to show you a little ninja hack when it comes to really up-leveling your experience with ChatGPT and how you can use it not only just for the company, but let's start specifically for the family. So, one of the things that a lot of people will see is that they use ChatGPT in a very basic way. So, they'll come in here, and as you guys know, this is usually what people would do. They'd say, "Hey, help me with marketing for this week. I want to make 25 really good viral posts that I can post for Catam Trucking and why people would want to use us." That's usually what people do. And what I want to do is show you how to expand on using ChatGPT tonight, on not just using this here in the prompt section, but how to make our own specific GPT. So let's erase that because we already know we're going to be talking a lot about family and a lot about the company. So let's do this. We're going to start here. You're going to go right here to the GPTs on the left. You're going to click on this and we're going to create our own. So you can see that there's a bunch of ones that have already been created. These are the most popular GPTs by the community. But what we're going to do, actually, here's my GPTs too. Here's some of the ones that I've made over the time here. And gosh, I've made a bunch of GPTs. Dang! So here's my Faith Explorer one. I love this one. I made one about faith, but how to involve my faith. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go back up. We're going to create a custom version of ChatGPT for a specific purpose. So just for the sake of what we're doing tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to start one. We're going to just say running the family. And this is going to be, we're going to make a specific GPT to help us really dial in the best ways for our family to run efficiently. Right? And here's, what does this GPT do? How does it behave? What should it avoid doing? Right? So this is some great questions to ask. And what I like to do, since this is the description, I like to go first into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT what we're making. We're going to make a specific GPT to help us really dial in the best ways for our family to run efficiently. Okay, so let's give it a little direction on the family, right? So our family has 7 kids. We run Catam Trucking. So what we really want to do is really streamline the best way that our family can have quality time, that we can stay sane running the company, and that we can really tend to everybody's needs in the family, whether that's with school, whether that's with lunches and dinners, breakfasts, things like that. What would we need this GPT to really dial in so our family could run efficiently? So as you can see, I'm actually asking ChatGPT what this specific GPT can do. A little meta, but let's see what it suggests, right? This is going to help us give some directions. Great question. Family calendar and scheduling, meal planning and nutrition, that's great. Household chores, responsibilities, business family balance, school learning and support. So it gave us 8 of those, right? Input, you tell it the week's trucking schedule, kids' activities, any unusual events. Output, it gives you a structured weekly plan with meals, chores, family time, and self-care built in. If it's dynamic, this is what it does, how the GPT would work in practice. Dynamic, it can adjust on the fly when a truck runs late or anything. So it's trying to kind of piece together what Catam Trucking is, as you can see. But let's do this. This is pretty good. Let's go out a little bit. Great question. So what we want to do, if you can see, here's the instructions. What does this GPT do and how does it behave and what should it avoid doing? That's kind of the prompt for what it does. So let's say here, we're going to go back. Whoop. Let me get back to this screen real fast. Okay. So what this prompt does here, so what does this prompt do? What does this GPT do? Just explain that. So it already listed out 7 categories. What is it really going to do for us? So I want it to kind of compress all these things, and that's what this GPT is going to do. It's going to help with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories of our family. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to systematize and help us really organize the family in these 8 categories. Okay. So now that's the directions and what we're going to give it. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, here's what it came up with. It said, This GPT will be your family's operating system. It organizes all 8 categories into practical routines, generates weekly plans, provides on the fly adjustments, and holds everyone accountable so your family can thrive in business and at home without losing precious time together. So that's what this GPT does, and it is going to basically designing the family thing. So it is the directions that I took from it. This is what we're going to put in there, right? So this is what we're going to drop right here in the directions. Boom. That is how that works. Conversation starters. This is just something that you can just prompt and say, create me the most effective routine for the family this week. There's one direction. Help me create a meal plan for everybody's dinner this week, even though we have schedules kind of all over the place. Help me figure out some really cute date nights for me and Pete. So you can see it's giving conversation starters, right? Now, you can upload files. You can do some other different things if you want. Here is where that kind of depends on what you guys want to upload. For now, just for the sake of just making this simple, let's not even worry about that. And we're going to create a GPT with this in mind. The whole instructions that this is designed to essentially a customized family COO GPT, whose job is to hold the structure of the 8 categories: calendar, meals, chores, business, balance, and school, right? Let's see what it does. We're going to create that right now. So just for now, you can make this for just yourself if you want, or you can make it for anyone with the link. We'll do that. Do we want to put it in the store? We can, but I would say we just put it with anyone in the link. We don't need to put this in a store. That just means that if you were to make this that GPT store that I showed you before, it would actually be in there. Don't worry about that, but let's just save, and it's creating. And boom, now you have, guys, this is so simple. You have your own GPT. So look at this. Now let's take a look at it, right? Look at what it does. All right. So help me create 3 different amazing date nights for me and Pete. I know we're just outside of Chicago. We can't get too far from the kids, so help me think of some really creative date nights for Pete and I. Right, so it's going to use ChatGPT. You can see here's the model. It's going to use ChatGPT 5, and it is going to help us come up with these. But it's designed specifically just to help run the family, right? So that's how simple it is. Underground chef table, cozy night in, stargazing. So it's going to get all of these things. Now, this is different from the projects that I showed you, because projects can kind of tap out when you have your own GPT. When I say tap out, that means it can't do more than a certain amount of prompts in there. When you have your own GPT, you can actually use this because it's curtailed to you and your family. So it's pretty fun. So this came up with what? Stargazing, art lasts, and lakeside stroll, date nights, so it's going to give you a few different things. Now, as you notice here, you can get in here and edit this GPT as you find more things that it needs to do, more things that you want it to do. And as you guys get more familiar with how to create these, you can, like I said, you can make new actions. Like, what is a new action? So this would be something like automating it or doing something even deeper. Don't even worry about that, because that's a little bit beyond that. But just so you guys have some awareness, you can make a custom GPT right now to help you in any part of your life. And if you do prompts and you find yourself doing the same things over and over, maybe more than 5 times a week, like you're always scheduling meals, you're always scheduling the family, you're always scheduling those things. If you find yourself doing that stuff a lot, that's when you would make a custom GPT just for that. So I hope that helps. This is one of my favorite things to do, is make custom GPTs for life, just to help it so you can make your life a little bit easier and use a little less brain power to do the mundane things. Alrighty. Hope that helps, guys. Enjoy.